Hello, everyone, and welcome to Christmas Golden Paddling Pool. We've got a game already. But with me tonight is Range Blaster. I'm Dory, and we're gonna jump straight in. Hi, Range.
Hello, hi, I am here as well today to watch. We have Zeitgeist versus 67 mustard bottles here on Mako Mart Splat Zones. And, well, this. Wait, is this a play? No, it's a best of three in group stage, and we're immediately watching. I believe it is Zeitgeist here in the middle, trying to take control over the mid zone to maybe get a starting push in.
Yes. We see Zeitgeist put some points on the board. The zone was neutralized for a moment, but nothing quite came of that. And 67 Master Bottles are struggling to get a foothold. Although with those specials, now they start putting points on the board. You can see the weapon that's the talk of the town. I think 52. I mean, S Plus is everywhere. S Plus 91. It has a number in it. That's how I get confused. But we'll see how these teams play around that. 67 has now pushed the score to 66. So good on them. They take an early lead with just over a minute of gameplay to go.
Yes, exactly, and but we see the S-Bus from 6-7 here doing a good job on the right side, getting back control over that right stack together with their pencil, and another player, the leader from Zeitgeist, goes down as well in their spawn, unfortunately. And while they have specials ready, they're just gonna wait for their teammates to arrive back to maybe push together, but now the S-Bus goes down to the missiles, and so does the Leecher again. The Leecher gets taken out for a second time in a row, and the Viper is in the spawn now, able to take out the two people, and that gives 67 Mustard Bottles the first knockout, the first win of this set here.
Yeah, I think they had a nice start to begin with, and then didn't know quite exactly what to do with it. They got splintered up and then staggered really quite hard there. Haru on the Viper, jumping in right at the end and making sure no one even came close to getting out of spawn. And so that's a very, very commanding first win for 67 Mastered Bottles. Very interesting names we've got here all across the board. But there we are. That's the joy of paddling pool, I think. But I hope everyone is having a good evening right now because it's cold out there. We've got some specials, and this is the last paddling. We are giving our super hardworking organizers a good break for the next couple weeks. Shout outs to Jarian on spec as always, long suffering and super hardworking.
Not dude 6-7 in the corner. That's
it is a very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting how they've played. I mean, why do I keep saying 52? The S Blast, both on each side. I think they know how to play against each other. So this is going to be very interesting. And then bringing in an E liter when there's a blaster running around like that. Interesting choice. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the Leecher just didn't have a good time at the end of that match. Anyways, they got taken out pretty much immediately, getting out of spawn. But we still see the Leecher coming out here.
The Leecher's still there,
yeah. They have not given up on the side of Zeitgeist. They really want that Leecher to work. On the other hand, we have 67 Mustard Bottles with the same team comp as last match. I mean, don't fix what's not broken, I always say. And we see the S Plus immediately trying to pick out the Zap on the left side. I think they do manage to do it as well, and two people immediately go down on the side of Zeitgeist, which means they're immediately set back with the pencil taking top mid to get control over their plat and maybe allow their teammates to get up there if they want that, but it doesn't seem like they want to go that far yet.
No, they're waiting for their own cooler before they go in. It's always really hard to dislodge a pencil from up there. I think they just have such easy way to get out. Like if you shoot at them, they just have to drop behind the big block and recover. And so we see 67 Master Bottles just continuing to take down those points. They are now over half done with what they have to do here. and Zeitgeist will put a booyah, and it doesn't even stop the countdown. They go one player down, two players down. Will they manage to put enough paint on the zone? It looks like the answer is no.
No, and the S-Bus seems to be AFK right now, or just
It's just spamming
killing
booyah.
their lives. They're just well, they're using a booyah now, trying to keep the members of Zeitgeist out, and they do manage to get one with that booyah, which is, I mean, it's not looking too good for Zeitgeist here. They have only 10 seconds left on the clock before the match ends, and
Oh, oh,
but
but
it's only
three
the
go
leader
down.
alive! It's only the leader
Yeah,
alive, and I don't think
that's
they
it.
will be able to paint the zone, unfortunately. I
I
thought
think they
really
were
that
taking a
might
drip pick.
maybe. I'm not entirely sure what was happening with the S-Bus over there, but they were chilling their life, used the booyah and got a pick out of it, so I mean, I can't complain. Um,
Yeah. So Inuyasha and Femboy Power, very nicely taking that first set win on stream. That will be 2-0 to 67 Mustard Bottles. I mean, that was a pretty commanding game, I think, all around. Zeitgeist did not seem to be able to scramble anything together to fight that once they had got points on the board. They didn't manage to, successfully neutralize until right at the end. And when they tried to put paint on the board, they just went 3 down instead. So I hope they have better luck in the rest of the bracket. Uh, Meanwhile, I'm not sure if you're going straight on to the next game.
I am not sure either if there's any matches ready yet to, um, because I mean, I did say it's a best of 3, so this set is done, as you also said, and it goes to 6-7 mustard bottles. Um, I don't think we have a set yet to watch, or do we?
You can take a short break, I
I
think.
think we're
While
gonna take a
everything is
short
sorted
break.
out.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
quick set.
Thank you, everyone. Sit tight. Hang on for a little while.
Hello everyone, we're back now with round 2 and my voice is slightly failing me, but that is fine. We are now watching, as you've probably already seen on screen, Ink Souls Maria versus Revengeance, which is in Group E, the first game on top, so you can also watch the rosters of both teams. We are immediately going to zones on, god damn it, Umami Ruins is the map mode. Umami Ruins Splat Zones.
Yeah,
That's the most popular double zone map, and I think the only double zone map that is currently actively being played in the scene. So both teams will probably know their way around this map relatively well, I'm assuming.
nice. This is where I can be really biased. Revengeance is my team. I know they're just going to win this. It's going to be 2-0. Sorry, guys. But very interesting picks on our side, I say, because we play Coolerless, and Tomo is always on that bow, which is really interesting. I like bow players. I think, given the state of the meta game right now, it is a brave choice to stick with bow, considering how strong Pencil is on all of these maps with zones only. Very, very fun fights to start with, although Ink Souls Maria get some points on the board. Revengers go down very easily at the start, which is, slightly disorganized, but we ball. A very, very nice Zip Cluster coming in. Trades with the Brush. Interesting. And Ink Souls Maria start pushing in. I know this team is really, really strong. Solo queue warriors, and as a team together, they are all immensely experienced. So it's up to Revengers to now try to get organized and push them out.
And we see the Luna as well going out here. The Brush on a solo mission in mid unfortunately goes down, and the Dread can't find a pick with that reslider. The map terrain just kind of failed them a little bit there with the Dynamo dropping down onto from the ledge to save themselves. And Revengeance is back to maybe trying to get back in. They only have a couple more seconds left to get in, but the entirety of Ink Souls Maria is still standing, and it is not looking too good right now with the splash going down as well to the Hydra.
Ooh.
And
No.
both zones stay Ink Souls Maria, and they take the first
I think we
game
got
for the set.
the colors flipped. No, that's joking. I'm joking. Good showing on Ink Souls Maria. Good showing on both sides, guys. Yeah, you're right about map geometry, because obviously the Reslider wanted to get the crab, but nothing really quite happened there, and they just found it really hard to read area. Just the sheer aggression and speed of this team when they rotate and play together. Very, very fun choice on the Luna Blaster. V Luna is not something we see very often, and Dynamo just puts out so much paint if you let it survive in mid. So Dynamo plus Hydra is what they have to contend with, because that range plus that paint output means that Revengeance straight into the second game, which is also zones.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, if you don't know, every golden paddling pool is always zones only, so we will only be seeing zones for the entirety of the tournament today. But as you said, Ink Souls Maria plays a very weird comp, I'll say, with very slow weapons, with the Hydra, with the Dynamo. But they are able to play very fast with that comp and just counteract those weaknesses really well and just cover for each other. And I just kind of feel bad for that Dread user with the reslider. That was super unfortunate. Theoretically, it could have gotten two, but if you know your map geometry and if you know how reslider works and how to counter it, you can counter it relatively well on terrains with a lot of ledges, because you can just drop down the ledge and you'll be fine.
You can just drop, yeah. I think it's just a matter of experience here. So Revengeance, fairly new team. We have played a couple of paddling pools. It's always fun. I think it's fun when low levels come and try their hands. So to get beaten up by someone who's better than you, and then you can think about how you're going to improve by playing around that. Where are your weaknesses? Where are your strengths? So they go straight into the next game. This is also obviously one of the fun maps. I think very much hallway-like. You can see that it's such a long straight route, but the alleys on both sides maybe give a little bit more shelter to Revengeance. We shall see.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the Reef Slider will have a better time on this map as well. Reef Slider is relatively
Yeah.
good in the middle, especially because it can force itself into the enemy side over there through the small hallways, as you just mentioned. But there is an immediate flank, but the Brush sees it, unfortunately goes down to the Hydra, and there's a crab fight in mid as well. There's so much happening at once in the first 30 seconds of this match, and we see the Reef Slider ready. Maybe they're waiting for the opportunity to use that effectively. Oh,
Yeah,
but
they
there's
want
a
to
Dynamo.
get some picks
Oh!
with this. Ooh, really
Oh,
good placement from the Dynamo there. Just fantastic positioning. They will have wanted to get some picks with that Reslider, but then that's two down on Inksaver's Maria. I think it's much better here for Revengeance, just because there isn't a high point in mid for both the Hydra and the Dynamo to just park themselves on, and they actually take lead here, which is very interesting. There's a crab out from the French team, and you can see here, you see the two kind of like mid-line, back-line players. They're all on the tent, and they only start moving forward when at least two are down. So Spot gets taken out here by the Dynamo, just staying in there a little too long. So Maria now will take the lead.
Oh, and now this is going to be relatively difficult maybe for Revengeance to get back in if they don't get the Dynamo.
Ooh.
They got the Dynamo and the Luna out, the ones that I was going to say. They need to get out, and the Resetter comes out as well, just
Very
to clear
nice.
that side as well. Very good plays
Oh.
here from Revengeance, and they get back the zone.
Very nice pick.
And they are able to get into the opponent's side. Unfortunately, the Bro goes down here, so they lose their backline. And the Dread is forced to go back a little bit on the right side, on the right flank, and they're forced a bit back. But Inkso's Maria is still kind of looking to get in. They get the zone here, though, and they are able to move back in. I don't know why the entirety of Revengeance was so far back. I don't think they died, but they are very far back right now.
Three of them went down there, actually. So three of them went down, but then it's very interesting to me that this game is not one-sided. You see, it's like the lead has swapped 4 times now. So this is, I think, Maria's second time taking the lead. And every time they do it, you know, they take the zone, and then both teams have it for 20 or 30 counts, and then the lead swaps, and then they have the 20 or 30 counts again. But then now, Ixos Maria seems like they might run away with this, because the Booyah is ready, the Booyah goes out, this Zip may get punished, but then everyone's going down in the middle. It seems like a massive team fight. Nothing quite happens here. Do they manage to put enough paint on the... Wow! Really good awareness from Jake there to turn around.
Yeah, and we see...
And Yoshi's is now forced to jump out, yeah.
Yeah, the Splash has to jump out. They were just not in a good position to take any fights over there completely alone. And they have their Crab ready as well, which is their best tool to get back in. And they get a pick with the Crab as well, which means that... Oh, never mind, the Slider and the opponent's Crab comes out as well. But the zone flips with the Booyah and the paint from the Splash here, which is super unfortunate for Revengeance. Here we see the Dread and the Splash trying to fight the Dynamo, and they get it out as well, which is good. That's a good trade to take over there. And the Splash goes down as well. It's only the Hydra left that has to turn back for that. Oh, they got
double
the
Zipcaster. And both Zipcasters go down. I mean, it's such a crazy game, because these are not the most common weapons you'll see everywhere. Very, very nice pick from that Slider on the Hydra. That is huge. It just means that the Inkso's Maria just takes so much longer to come back. The Dread positioning here just puts so much pressure, and they look threatening, actually. I'm really surprised.
Yeah,
but
they're holding themselves up really well right now.
3v3, they could very well do enough right here to make the difference. Oh, and they do! Well. That's nuts, actually. Wow.
They get the lead here, but Inkso's Maria is able to get back the zone finally. and is able to position themselves well below the ledges, next to the ledges here, with the Luna and the Dynamo especially. What? Okay, that was hello Splatoon 3. That looked really funky. But we have a crab ready, and they are probably able to
The
defend.
Hydra's
Oh,
down. This
uh,
this will probably get punished.
wait,
Maybe.
hold!
No. That's
They get
huge.
the zone
That
which
is
is
huge from
and
Revengeance.
2 people
And
down on the side of
that is an
Exalt
ending
Korea!
where they are all going to be celebrating. Oh my word. Amazing gameplay. You see, I always believed that they were always going to win. That's gonna happen.
Um,
Good job, guys. I didn't say anything. Don't watch the VOD.
I mean, they did really well this match. They were able to
They did
take
so well at the end there. Yeah, and I think you see
Slider
that's like the
catching
comp,
the
right? Yeah, the slider was so good, and because the high point on this map is just so much further away from mid, it just meant that they had more freedom. When on Umami, when the Hydra was parked in mid, it's so hard to emerge, right? You come up from spawn, and there's a Dynamo and a Hydra pointing at you, but here they have space to gather special, and they really use it very well. They push in together. Um, the sliders worked. The sliders picked off made some really crucial picks at the end. The zip casters were really funny watching both of them go at each other. I mean, this is pure chaos, and this is why I like watching Splatoon. But in VC, it's always a mess. It's fantastic.
Oh, I know your team was probably messing that VC the entire match. I mean, it is a very good. That was a very good game from them. They did really well, and they are able to take
Yeah,
one game off of Inxos Maria. Are they able to take the set? We'll see. I mean,
I'll go
they've
post in the
proven that
server.
they can do it. They've proven that Inxos Maria is not unbeatable for them, in a one-on-one, and we're gonna go into the third match immediately now, and
Barnacle.
Barnacle and Dime again zones.
See,
as I
this is
said.
one of those. This is one of those maps where you really don't want the Dynamo and Hydra to park on your plat. You're dead, right? Once they get there, so they're gonna have to play much more judiciously. They don't have the benefit of Cooler. We refuse to play Cooler, which is very fun, because I feel like the game flows better that way. But as we can see, they stack up. It's spread out. There's going to be a team fight in mid. Spot goes down early. The
Oh.
the brush and the Dynamo trade quite. And there's a really quick crab, but the blaster is already rushing it down. And it is up to Inxos Maria to put some points on the board first.
Oh, and unfortunately, the members of Revengeance just keep
Ooh.
going down, and they get wiped out here as well, just as the Hydra pops the Booyah. So they're gonna have to wait a little bit and hold it a little bit until Revengeance are a bit back, a bit further back in already. I mean, the Booyah kind of got wasted anyways. They just popped at an unfortunate time. And now the Hydra and the Dynamo, as you said, have placed themselves onto the plat. The Hydra even moving a little bit further to... Whoa, there's a DC.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, and they are past the time of, you know...
It was only a minute,
getting a
right?
replay. Well, they're past 50,
That's
but
unfortunate.
it seems to not
Okay.
matter because the 3 people of Inxos Maria are doing fine right now.
They
so
have
they're
to play this
probably
out
still
anyway,
gonna-
right?
They're gonna have to play this out. They're past 50, but they win in a
but-
3v4 anyway. Since I mean, if you've
Yeah.
played Barnacle and Dime, you know this map. It is very stally. If you're on there, especially a Hydra on your stack, that's that's very difficult to deal with. And unfortunately, Revengeance were not able to get back in, even with the advantage of having one person up.
Yeah, I think it's just hard when you see a Hydra who also happens to be just like an extremely strong player. They don't get there by they don't get there by just playing blindly, right? Like a Hydra knows all the angles. Nate is like a top 10 player. That badge isn't given out lightly, right? That gold X rank badge is not cheap. So you even if it's a 3v4, it's gonna take so much effort for anyone to get back in, and they were so far back, there was no chance. Good job from Revengers taking one game off. And I mean that's something to watch from these guys. Playing together, getting used to each other's movements, playing it more and more organized is a very encouraging sign. And that's what I think the good point of getting lower level teams to come and play open tournament. You get beaten up, again and again, and then you stop getting beaten up so easily, and then maybe you do the beating up one day, and that's the hope, right? As we progress through, what is it, the third year of cooler meta, hopefully more new teams will come up with ideas to crack that stranglehold, because it's very very nice to see a team with the awareness that they're not playing cooler and therefore they can't just run in and die cheaply. Everything has to count with a team like that, and they made it count on Hagglefish. So really, really nice. And we are going straight into a third match, maybe. We
I
have
think we're
in
gonna.
iCarly and blacked out like a phantom. Are they ready?
I think we're gonna take a very, very small break and just
Okay.
wait for the teams to arrive into the lobby. But we're gonna be seeing in iCarly God We Trust and Kathy versus Blacked Out Like a Phantom. What names? We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Come follow me. I'll show you the side of the world, the places that you've never seen. Come follow me. Come follow me. I'll show you the side of yourself, the person that you've always been, but never dreamed.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are back now, as I said, with In iCarly God We Trust and Kathy versus Blacked Out Like a Phantom, and we are immediately moving into Zones on Museum Delfonsino. Also, I think On Zone's not a very played map. But we're gonna see it here today with relatively regular comps and a very relatively short to mid-range comp here from the side of In iCarly God We Trust, with a dually and a stamper and a shot here. And we see them immediately trying to get picks,
Wow.
and they do get picks, and there's a 2v2 happening in the middle of the map right now with Naoto on the heavy hitter trying to get back into the middle as quickly as possible.
I actually really like this map. I know that it's big, the zone is big and it's not the easiest thing to put ink on and pencil dominates, but I think it's very fun to play zones here. There's a lot of fighting space, there's a lot of things you can do with the map geometry. It is just like really fun. It's a little bit of a playground map. We see both teams, long team fight, and then it's up to these guys to finally put some proper points on the board now that one team is fully down. I mean, there's some very interesting Sendu bios here. I went and had a peek, and Naoto's has some very, very interesting stuff. But pencil dominates, as it does on a lot of these Splatoon 3 maps. Although I'm very, very happy to see the sticker stamper as a pick, and the dually is always fun to watch dually players who know their stuff really, really just go for it. Now that this, ooh, they go 3 down on entry, and I think it's up to.
Oh, the dually jump!
But
the dually unfortunately goes down. Oh, that's upsetting. And the Zuka here probably not going to do a lot of harm either. And that sets In iCarly God back quite a bit over there. The pencil watching the plat, but I don't think they see the flank here from the dualies. They might be able to do some damage here from behind, at least paint the zone. No, they go for the pencil instead, and unfortunately, I don't think they have enough time, and they go down, and unfortunately, that match was over very, very quickly with Blacked. Just, that sounds, okay, wait.
with iCarly going down super fast.
With Blacked Out getting the
crazy names.
point.
Very, very decisive. I think once you put a pencil in mid, you do actually have to really, really plan how to dislodge them, because a pencil can just provide jumps, right? It moves back, it puts the cooler down, people jump in, game continues. Really, I think it was really good for the Dapple, for the dualies to try to get the pencil, because that is the main thing that they had a problem with on this map. The pencil was just everywhere. Once they got into the center, there was nowhere on plat that was truly safe from them. But then as we go into the next match, I mean, anything is up for grabs. Are they going to play the same weapons again? Very, very fun picks to watch, so I'm happy with that. I just want to watch fun picks.
I mean, yeah, obviously, we're gonna see what an iCarly God.
It's Urchin, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Urchin next.
But to be fair, Zones is like one of 2 modes on this map that you can like actually play.
Yeah, it's fun.
Zones
right?
and Tower are like fine on this map. I don't think they're like very good, but it's okay, and we're gonna see it nonetheless. They're going to have to play it. There's no going about it. We will see Urchin Zones.
I mean, it is one of the most cheesable maps, right? Like, you put Strikes cheeses it instantly. Booyah Bomb almost completely covers it. Any Reslider completely covers it. I mean, well, let's see if these guys come with something else. Although it must be said, the fact that the zone is kind of sunken in the middle is probably the only interesting point in Urchin Underpass, because everyone just does the fighting on those slopes, right? That's actually hard. And we see a vanilla wiper, which is the best weapon in the game. Sorry, guys. So I'm biased. But very nice to see the swords going to start running at each other. There's an early fight on the right side, 2v3. They have to actually commit to this. The wiper is actually struggling a little bit. So, And they go 3 down again.
Well, that's a 1v1 in mid between the pencil and the heavy edit, but the heavy edit opts out to move a little bit back further instead of maybe painting the zone, and now they do. But there's also an S-Blast on the right side here, sharking the ledges, and the heavy edit drops into an auto bomb below them, which was so unfortunate for them. Oh god damn it.
The other thing that makes it really hard for in iCarly,
Oh.
I think, is that there's going to be double booyah on one side. That's so annoying to fight with, right? Like, especially when you have all these slopes and the booyah can just be dropped anywhere in the map. But in iCarly and Cafe, we trust, now trying to put some paint, they have neutralized. Whether they manage to capture, oh, now they do, yes.
Yeah, they do. But
The pencil has been here for a minute though.
Yeah, we see blacked out on both sides of the map. They're keeping their own plan, and they're also keeping the enemy's plan the entire time here. And there's a next wipeout, which is probably going to, oh god, look at the S-Blast in the spawn, getting the kill on, maybe getting the kill on Cafe here as well, on the T-Tech. Probably does, and they do, but they trade out. But that's so much damage they were able to do. Oh, there's another.
When you have booyahs like that, when you have booyahs like that on this map, it just kind of lets you dictate where your enemy comes back in from, right? Like, you put it there on the gates, it means you can go in, but they also have to come in from the other side.
Cheese.
Wow. Yeah, that's one slice of cheese right there. Very nice hammer throw from the Viper, gets one. Finally, actually, that looks like advantage iCarly for a while. The pencil is still up there.
On the left side.
They need the S-Blast, they need to get rid of this.
Oh!
There we go, finally. And there's a sword.
Now there's everyone. Everyone's on the left side now for some reason.
A very good awareness play. That might count really, that's going to be huge for these guys, putting some points on the board. And now it's 3v3, although Blacked Out has the advantage of a cooler and have taken the zone back, applying quite a sizable penalty on the side. Insane Shark from the Viper.
Oh my god!
Oh my!
Way huge, and they are able to jump out as well, coming from the right side now instead of from the left side. Maybe try to get the
finally get taken out.
Well, they get taken out, but they also somewhat trade out the S-Blast, and now the rest of iCarly God We Trust will just have to make do with what they're given. But unfortunately, one of their people goes down to the crab on the right side that is being popped. I mean, that's a good position. It forces the entirety of iCarly God. Oh my god, there's another splashdown.
And they splash down. The other thing about that is that they've just allowed Blacked Out to take their left, right? Like, Blacked Out has just put a player there the whole time. It was Pencil first, and then it was S-Blast, and the crab was from that angle. And like, iCarly don't really ever approach from that side. They just seem not to look at it at all. They just go in from the right side, and it kind of works for them sometimes because it allows them to get these splash downs off. But then now there's fewer than 20 points on the board for Blacked Out, and with this splash coming in and taking lives, I think that might be it for them because there's no more penalty. There's one splash down. Is it enough? No, there's booyah. There's booyah. No.
That booyah just saved Blacked Out's and like game over there. And,
yeah,
like,
they were aware, right?
They probably were aware that the dualies had splashdown ready and were probably ready. I mean, the dualies capped the zone like 4 times with splashdown that entire
Yeah, they
match,
were the only
right?
player out there the most of the time, actually. Very interesting gameplay. I do actually like watching Urchin. I know a lot of people hate on it, but it is interesting and it's fun to commentate. And I think for viewers, when you watch like a game, there's more going on because the map is so much wider. You have all these little entryways that you can go in from and flank from. And Blacked Out did a really good job of that on this map. Just kind of abusing all the angles they had to keep iCarly constantly confused and very busy, having to look around them all the time. Fantastic game from both sides. I mean, it was a 2-0 in the end, but still very fun gameplay, you know?
Oh, look at that booyah. Yeah, but you are right. Blacked Out was pretty much perfect in spreading out on this map. It is on especially wide maps like this one. It is important to be able to watch every side and have your teammates spread out pretty much perfectly across the entire width span, to ensure that no one can come from the sides. And yes, it failed a couple of times, especially with the dualies sneaking in and getting those splashdowns out. But at the end of the day, they still did it perfectly fine and were able to take this match and this set as well. Which is also the last set of groups here. We're probably gonna have to have a couple of more matches that are gonna have to be played before we can move on to bracket stage. But yeah, for Group E, or and these specific people, this was the last game for group stage.
Yeah, very very exciting. We can sneak into one, says
Oh,
Jiraiya. We could see another group stage game if we are lucky. So hang tight
it's
and we see. Let's see what we can get.
oh yeah, there's a couple of matches in Group F and Group G that have not, or at least not fully started. Maybe they're in the first game right now, so maybe we can sneak into one of those. We'll see in.
Yeah, I'm just happy that these maps are on the rotation. I know when, for example, when JP, when they do JP tournaments, they they do one mode, right, and then they do all maps, so they get all this practice on what we like to call terrible map modes, and it works for them, right? Like you have to be immensely adaptable. Either you know that your weapon doesn't work on something like that, um, like swords find it harder to fight on weird curves and hills and slopes, or whatever. You have to know exactly what your weapon can do. All these angles, and you can tell that the dualies just now, for example, they knew exactly what they're doing, right? They knew that they stay alive, they get the splashdown, they go in, and then they try to pick someone off from the side. It almost looked as if that both teams had decided to play the game rotated 90 degrees because they were fighting from either side of zone inwards rather than forward at each other, just because the area between spawn and the zone is so uncomfortable to fight with. So they all rotated instead. Uh, Very interesting gameplay to watch. More maps like this, hopefully, to come. Uh, Hopefully, just more maps in general, because we've played all these for so long now.
All
But
right.
very interesting,
Okay.
yeah.
We've been able to sneak into a full set actually. This is gonna be their
Oh,
first
wow.
game here on Splat Zones Inkblot, and we have gotten, I don't know, 6-7 and
Oh
the
my
second
god.
the second team versus Insecure Connection. Um yeah, and we're gonna be seeing
Dude
them
in the
play it
corner?
out immediately. We're gonna
Oh, man. What? This is such a different world. I don't recognize it anymore. What do you mean by the funny number isn't 69 anymore? Uh,
they've
it's
dropped it
6-7
down
now.
to. I don't know how it happened, but it's funny, and I endorse it. And oh my God, we see a Luna and a Liter on the side of, I don't know, 6-7.
Yeah, it's the
With, I
custom
mean,
leader too.
it's a custom leader. It's the Kraken one as well, and we see
Yeah.
unfortunately the Viper immediately going down, but the Luna as well. So it's a 3v3 in the middle.
Two.
Everyone's going down somehow. Oh,
Everyone's going down. Ooh, nice shot from the leader there, justifying that pick immediately. Sora
oh,
is their name. Another nasty, nasty shot, and all the specials are ready. They will have to paint the zone before they do anything else from here.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they
very
were
nicely
able
taken.
to as well. And the splash here with the crab and the Kraken coming out as well, trying to disturb Insecure Connections front lines a bit further, and the zap goes down on the oh, now it's time for Insecure Connection to come back into the middle here with the Viper having the stamp ready there. Great offensive special. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's still funny to watch, and it can seriously do damage if done correctly. And we see them immediately strike here at the T-Tag and the. No, I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side, on the Zap. I just shot shoot to death.
There's so much going on, everyone. I think with these weapons, especially on the side of
Oh!
I don't know, 67, it's just faster. They like playing faster. They're going to dive straight at all these people, and then, with insecure connection with the brush and the wiper, obviously such a much more skirmishy style. The wiper is just very nice to watch when they get the hammer out and try to do something silly. The hammer is such a silly weapon. I love it. And now Wiper here actually managing to take another one down. The leader is forced to jump out, of course, and now Insecure Connection will want to make their presence felt on, I don't know, 67's platform. They take the lead too.
Yeah, they took the lead here, and but the brush goes down here, but the leader and the Zap both go down. It's only the dually with the crab left alive, trying to paint the zone, but they are not able to. They drop down here trying to get a pick, but N has something to say about it, and they both trade out on the right side. I think a good trade for Insecure Connection here. Unfortunately, the Viper goes down to the Luna, just watching the ledge. Good awareness over there, but obviously the Brush is going to be aware of the Luna being on the right side now and is going to try and juke them out of it.
Nice. They finally neutralized and recap the zone, but not before Insecure Connection has gotten at least 3/4 of the way through there to the points. I mean, with just under half the game to play, there is everything to play for with these teams, and it's very interesting to see these positions from the leader. They of course know where they have to stand, and then they can punish anyone who drops in early with the Kraken. So very interesting. Nice hammer throw, always fun to watch, of course. The Kraken is out, but when a Kraken doesn't paint all that much. So
Oh, that's such a dead jump. That's a dead jump over there. Unfortunately, the dually just died to a very unfortunate jump into just two people on the side of... they die again to another unfortunate jump. I don't think they're having a good time here with their jumps. I think they should probably try to jump a little bit less. And we see the Luna here trying to come from the back here, and they do get the T-Tech here. N is trying to avenge their teammate, but unfortunately is not able to find the Luna, and instead runs into two people and goes down.
yeah, it's really funny here. Insecure Connection get one more point on the board. They were at 27 and now they're at 26 with only a minute to go. I don't know, 67 looks like they're in a much stronger position now with everyone having specials. The leader has even moved up onto the enemy plat. They have a Kraken to spare. They are through their penalty points and will probably take the lead here. And it's up to Insecure Connection to find some way to drop in. The strikes are out, the Zipcaster is out. Is it going to be enough? There's chaos everywhere. People are going down, 2 down on the side of Insecure. I don't think... Oh no, it's just the Wiper left. But they don't actually manage to get... Did they get one? They get 2? Only one.
No, they got
and
only
is
one.
that enough?
What just happened in the middle? But I don't think it's enough. Unfortunately, they go down to the
No.
hammer throw, and that first game goes to, I don't know, 6-7, who were able... Unfortunately, the Wiper wasn't able to take the zone cap. They were very close to getting that zone cap on them by themselves, by the way.
Yeah, very interesting. I think that was like a game where everything happened. Like anything that could happen, all happened, right? Like everyone ran at each other. Strikes, Kraken, everything was happening. The hero play from the Wiper right at the end, trying to get double picks. I think if they had gotten 2 picks, they could actually have capped the zone, but they didn't, and therefore I don't know. 67 goes home with the first match win.
Exactly.
I mean, that was just a really exciting game.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they just kind of ran at each other, but I feel like that's what they have to do on the side of Insecure Connection. They have 2 hyper-aggressive weapons with the Brush and the Wiper, both made to just run in and try to distract and kill as many people as possible before they go down. And on the other side, they have a leader and, the Luna, who's also super aggressive, or tends to be super aggressive, with the dualies having to be very aggressive, as well as the 4th member is a Zap. So both the dually and the Luna will have to do a lot of aggression work to make that comp work. But I think they did really well here.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't think the Luna had such a good time actually, just because there was so much like there was just paint everywhere, right? As a Luna, you from on the enemy side when you get jumped out, you can get completely jump scared by a brush and a wiper at the same time. They just had a much harder time finding angles. And now it's brine water. This is probably the map that's closest to what Mori Towers used to be like. Uh, so one of my favorite maps actually. Insanely enough, my highest win
Oh,
rate. We see a 52 gal, which is always good, and then Trizuka, which obviously on this map reaches everywhere.
oh, and we see immediately, like, everyone but the pencil on
Dream.
the side of Insecure Connection go down, and the pencil gets sniped by the leader as well, which gives the two hyper-aggressive, or at least currently only the Luna, a good bit of control over there on it in the spawn region of Insecure Connection. They're going in with the hammer. Unfortunately, does get picked. Oh, but the shot goes down with the Zuka ready. That is detrimental here for their push opportunities and trying to pick something with the Zuka comes out
Ooh.
and gets one as well, which is very good here for Insecure Connection.
Pencil goes down.
Unfortunately, they go, no, oh, it's a 2v2 right now with the Viper just trying to get a pick on the middle of the jump. There's so many unfortunate
Yeah.
jumps in these matches.
With these, you cannot just jump because the leader will get you. I mean, this leader is actually just doing everything they can, right? They're hitting all the shots. They're making sure that you can't get out, and the gal is
Oh
here.
my
and
God,
it's
the
so
fall
oh no
oh my God,
way.
the fall off from the 52, and I don't think
That's
Insecure
nasty.
Connection
Nope.
has enough. Wait, oh no, they don't have enough time to get
They
back in. I thought maybe the hammer that was about to kill two people, by the way, would be able to do
Yeah.
anything, but they were a little bit too late to do anything about it, and unfortunately, Insecure Connection gets beaten 0-2 here by I don't know 6.
But I don't know 67. Yeah.
So
That was a much more commanding game, and of course, you know, when you have a leader player who can do all that, and a gal which really enjoys fighting on these slopes, uh, you kind of snowball that really hard. The Luna on this map is also a very good one at poking through all these vertical areas, poking around in front of these vertical areas, and so it's no
Fall off
wonder that
kill.
Insecure. Yeah, the fall off kill was nasty. My goodness.
That
That's
was so
rude.
upsetting. That was so upsetting to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
So 2-0.
you know someone knows their weapon when they can hit fall off shots like that. That was scary.
Yeah, they were so confident about it. Just stood there and waited for them to come in. Got the kill. Rewarded, absolutely rewarded for that. And I think that actually brings us to another break as we wait for top cut and lower bracket to populate. But sit tight. That was really fun. Some fun, unusual zones maps we've been seeing in the last two sets. Unfortunately, both 2-0s, but we ball. That's how it is.
I think that's just normal in bracket stage. 2-0s.
Yeah, there's just bracket stage just like that.
Yeah, that's just what's. I think Top Cut will be a lot more interesting from now on, since they, you know, the teams have been divided into, you know, the higher level teams and the lower level teams, and we'll be watching the higher level teams play it out in Top Cut next.
Yeah, hang tight. Don't go away while we take a short break.
Pumpkin pie, it'll nearly be like a love picture print by career and eyes. These wonderful things are the things we'll remember all through our lives. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Come on! The sleigh ride together with you. I'm together with you. I'm together with you.
weeks old, and a real famous cat, all dressed up in red. And he spends the whole year working out on his sled. It's the little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick. Just a little bobsled, we call it Old Saint Nick. But she'll walk a toboggan for her 4-speed stick. She's candy apple red with the ski for a wheel. And when Santa hits the gas, man, just watch her peel. She's the little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick. A run, run, reindeer. A run, run, reindeer. Run, run, reindeer. A run, run, reindeer.
Don't miss no one.
And hauling through the snow at a frightening speed, with half a dozen deer with a Rudy to lead. He's gotta wear his goggles cause the snow really flies, and he's cruising every pad with a little surprise. It's the little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick. Ah, Merry Christmas, Saint Nick. Ah, Merry Christmas, Saint Nick. Ah, Merry Christmas, Saint Nick. This time each year.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the tree tops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Treetops glisten and chill.
Baby, it's cold outside. But baby, it's cold outside. Been hoping that you drop in. I'll hold your hands, they're just like ice. Beautiful, what's your hurry? Listen to the fireplace roar. Beautiful, please don't hurry. Put some records on while I pull. But baby, it's bad out there. No cabs to be had out there. Your eyes are like starlight now. I'll take your hat, your hair looks swell. Mind if I move it closer? What's the sense of my pride? Baby, don't hold out. Baby, it's cold outside. But baby, it's cold outside. But baby, it's cold outside. How lucky that you dropped in. Look out the window at the storm. Gosh, your lips look delicious. Waves upon a tropical shore. Gosh, your lips are delicious. Never such a blizzard before. But baby, you'd freeze out there. It's up to your knees out there. I thrill when you touch my hand. How can you do this thing to me? Think of my lifelong sorrow. If you caught pneumonia and I get over that old out. Baby, it's cold. Baby, it's cold outside.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Now that you've successfully touched some grass, all of you, we are welcome. We are coming back straight to Top Cut. I hope none of you hadn't done your world though, because that was a massive spoiler. So very interesting teams we have, Afterlife and 21. I mean, these names are going to be hell to say, but at least the maps are not hell because Makomat is a very, very familiar to all of us who have played the game for any amount of time. Marco Zones, in particular, one of the real staples of this game. We are going straight in. What do you think, Range?
Yeah, I mean, you already said it. It is one of the most popular zones map, and it is that for a reason. And we see, of course, more S-Blasts as we tend to do in this meta, but we also see a brush that is not a pick you see very often, as well as a tent on the side of Afterlife. So interesting picks here from both sides with the staple regular
Oof.
comps, and of course a junior, and we see the S-Plus immediately being able
The
to
S-Plus,
pick
yeah.
one here, picking up the cooler just in case it gets dirty for them, and we see the pro having to jump out here, just, you know, being surrounded by all that blue paint.
Yeah, got some points on the board to start
Oh!
with, and then 2 down again on side of 21. They're not having a good time. Afterlife is not dead yet. Apparently, they're just winning. So very interesting. Of course, the tent picked for the fact that tent is really annoying. But oh, here we go. Here we go. Just prime brush gameplay. Oh my god, I love that. I love that. It's always so funny to watch brush gameplay.
It is, and
But
we
then
see...
Afterlife losing players now.
Yeah, they're finally losing players. They're finally losing map control. The Booyah might be dangerous though, and they haven't lost the zone yet. They can still bring this further, especially with the jump being seen here by the tent and the Zuka coming out, trying to get the 2 players that are being trapped in that corner here. The pencil jumped out. The pro is trying to fight the S-Blast over there. The S-Blast is the one jumping out now, and it's only a couple more seconds left, and 21 will genuinely need to do something here if they want to get a chance at winning this match here, and it is very close. Both teams are painting, but both teams are just kind of not getting it. The bubble is so bad for 21, and that
Wow.
gives Afterlife the victory here in this match.
I mean, it is incredible. Just watching how much space the weapons take up. You have to respect an S blast. I mean, it is kind of overpowered at the moment. The tent always just takes space. You know, if you're jumping in and the tent is there, then you die, right? Like it's a one shot on the landing. And then with the bubble like that, they just have infinite space. There was no real threat. I think once 21 went 2 down twice in a row, there was no real way they could get in because there was just too much pressure on the side of Afterlife. Nothing they did except this worked.
That was so funny, but unfortunately 21 wasn't able to profit off of that distraction that the rush gave, as the rest of Afterlife were just occupied with the remaining members of 21. And I mean, as you just said, they Afterlife has exceptional defensive capabilities with the bubble from the junior, and it gets a lot of bubbles. I mean, it's a junior, right? And
Yeah.
the tent especially. I mean, we saw the tent play really well that match. They knew what they were doing, definitely. And I mean, we all saw it. 21 just couldn't get back in once they were forced out, and we are immediately moving into the
Match
second
point already.
match here. And match point already. We are still in a best of 3.
It's such a good time. This is one of the fun maps. I do think that more maps need to use something like this, where something in the map just changes. We want to see maps that change with the game progress. This frees up so many options. The tent taking out space in mid as usual. Afterlife put 2 whole points on the board before losing players. But it is not often that you see, like a massive team fight not just end in everyone's deaths right at the start. So Afterlife is now pushing in 21, being forced further back despite the missiles. Afterlife was so far in front that the missiles were ahead of the zone. That's how far back they managed to push 21, and now the map has
Oh.
changed. Like I like.
Yeah.
This opens up so much more turf for Afterlife to get more of those coolers, more of those Zukas on
Oh,
this tent. Oh, that was
that was
risky.
close.
Yeah, fun
That
when
was
a bomb.
super close.
The brush. Brush holding straight
Yeah,
forward. Let's go.
But we finally see 21 maybe make a dent. The bubble comes out, unfortunately, just as the Booyah does. And the... Oh, that...
Oh, nice!
Oh, that was super close. 21 was able to get the zone flip here, though, and they are maybe able to move it a little bit further. The Brush trying to get control over the left side
Ooh,
here, maybe paint a little
very
bit.
nice from
The pen goes down. That is super, super good for 21 over there. The Espas, of course, trying to find some ledges to camp, as blasters tend to do most of the time. And now
Yeah.
we see the opposite happening. Afterlife is a little bit trapped in their spawn right now. The Booyah comes out, no, which means they might be looking to move in.
Ooh, two down
Oh,
already.
two down!
Very,
and the-
very fun from these pencils trying to shoot each other. I mean, it's always a mirror match. Is always good to watch. 21 don't actually manage. Okay, now they do cap the zone. They lose a player, and
It's a
of course,
Brush.
wow, the brush is just the brush is everywhere, isn't it? And because Afterlife's pencil was not painting on the zone, 21 manages to cap. That's just how the game has to go from now on, I think. If 21 want to keep their tournament run alive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've mentioned it. If they lose, if 21 loses this game here, they are out for the tournament. That would have been their last game if they lose here. So they really want to make sure they don't lose this game. They don't lose this set if they want to play more of Paddling Pool. And we see them cap once more, but the Booyah comes out immediately to cap in favor of
Oh,
Afterlife.
nice
Oh,
defensive.
that's the Brush. The Brush is doing work. The Brush is doing Brush things.
The brush is actually
doing Brush things.
heroing.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh my god,
does
that was...
not manage this time.
Oh! Oh my god.
Nasty.
Nice Zuka
Nasty angles, actually. The tens just got these angles on lock, like perfectly weaving that Trizuka in between all those gaps to get one there. And then now everyone has to slowly come back in again, which on this map,
They don't
you
have a
know
lot
where
of
they're
time,
coming
by the
back
way.
from.
They don't have a lot of time, by the
yeah.
way. They need to go in now.
Do they
and they
actually manage? That's crazy.
get the
They actually
zone.
do manage.
Oh,
The S Plus actually manages to get one more, maybe two. Traded up for the second one. They flip and between the zone and the timer, the zone counter and the timer. There's not very much there's not very much time left for anyone to do anything. So the gameplay is getting so much faster. The brush is everywhere again. Look at that. Just I mean, just trying
they
to watch
get-
them. They finally do go down.
well, they get famous,
Enough to give
you
anyone
said.
motion sickness. My goodness.
And I don't think 21 has enough time to get back into the zone here as one goes down to the bomb from the junior, and that will give Afterlife the second point here and the set win as well, and they will be able to move into winners bracket round 2, and 21 is out for the tournament.
Yeah, that was exciting. I think almost they could have done really well. I think they were unlucky on a couple of these team fights.
Yeah,
But fought valiantly. I think with how fast the gameplay on these two teams were. I mean, holy, wow! Everyone running around like going absolutely crazy. The brush especially, just stressing out the players on Afterlife. But the 10, solid as always. When a 10 player is good, you really can feel them just like calm. They get to dictate the rhythm of the game, even if there's a brush trying to run at them.
Oh, definitely. It is. The thing with Tend and some other weapons in the game, such as sharking weapons, brushes, litas, those are the type of weapons when someone knows what they're doing with it, you have to play the game differently. to counteract that, right? You can't play against a 10 like you can any other weapon. You have to specifically like focus the 10 because when it's up, it can do so much damage to your comp, especially with the Zuka that it has on its best kit and the most played kit as well. So you really want to get rid of that 10 shield. Just bomb it, just shoot at it as much as you can so that the tent can't exist on the map.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't really have an answer to how strong, how much space they were taking. But it is very very admirable to watch some slightly more off kilter picks. I do like watching the brush gameplay. I think it is the most crazy thing to watch. If you show a Splatoon beginner like what a brush viewpoint looks like, they'll be like, "What the heck is going on? Why is the map moving around like this?" But at the same time, it is so funny, and that is, I think, the reason we play the game, right? Like, it's goofy as hell, but that is a solid 2-0 win, and there's nothing you can say about that. A win is a win, no matter who runs at you, or so very interesting. Is the rest of the bracket ready? I wonder if we get straight on into a second match, where we might see more of these maps that change. I just want more of this stuff to happen. Like, bring back Piranha Pit, bring back Anchovy. Like, Piranha Pit would be such a good tricolor map. I have firmly believed this, right? Like, Piranha Pit is the perfect tricolor map. You just have two people start where you spawn in splat zones, and then you have two and then you have the defending teams. Oh, you have the attacking team start where you spawn in Rainmaker, and then the map is huge, and you can have a lot of fun on that. But then we just play these hallway maps now, or worse, we play Lemuria.
Well, yeah, it's not the best map.
Are we seeing Lemuria tonight? Could it happen?
It could. It's picnic. It could happen. If we see one dropping into the water in the background. By the way, this is also the game we are waiting for right now for winners bracket round 2. We will be streaming whoever wins, which is I'm not entirely sure who blue team is here. I think it is it's just the Muck
Spooky Spinner. Spooky Spinner is the one with Clara, right? Like, crazy heavy player. I mean,
Yep.
so fun to watch. Shadowwind is always it's like fantastic player as well. Do we get to jump in? We don't. We go shine bike like a tire. What are these names?
Yeah, we're gonna be watching. They actually tricked me with their name because I clicked on on their match because I thought the entire name wasn't showing, but it is actually just the muck dot
The
dot
muck
dot.
dot.
So they tricked me in that. Maybe that was their intention, but they successfully did so. Versus Shine Bike Like a Tire, as you just said.
That
we will
actually
be
took me
watching
a
them
while
next.
too. I was just like, huh.
But they
There
confused
we go. Shine bike like a tire. Bike, guys. And hopefully Lemuria. I just want everyone to suffer at this point. We play a lot of good maps, and when you go into X, or you like turn the game on, and then you see a rotation that's truly stinky. What do? Do you play opens, or do you give up and do something else, or do you play Salmon Run? Like, I think I only play Salmon if all the rotations are ass.
I mean, I don't play the game that often personally, but I just kind of play every map mode if it's on
Right.
rotation. If I want to play the map, if I want to play the game, I just play whatever's on rotation right now, and then just try my best. If it sucks, it sucks, and I stop playing the game.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair. I think I had this session with my friends recently where we played, and it was Urchin and Wahoo Clams, and we played 2 games, and we were like, okay, is it worth it? We could just be drinking. and then we
Two
stopped
maps-
playing the game. I know.
Two maps are horrible. Let's go. Yeah.
But here, actually, we return to Mahi Mahi, which is very nice. Again, the map that changes. Good map, guys. I think actually it was already good before the change. It's better now, but it was fun to play anyway. I wonder if you'll see a tent umbrella or and/or a brush again.
I genuinely brush gameplay is some of my favorite to watch because
Oh, it's so funny
all of a
to
sudden
watch.
there's a brush behind the other team. What are they gonna do
Yeah.
about it?
And it's the
it's-
wiggling, right? When they go left, right, left, right. It's so funny to watch.
Like
and
a
they
snake.
walk in circles, and they just look like the most annoying people on earth. And it's so fun to play against them.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's especially fun to watch him if you're on the
Yeah.
like I'm a range buster main, right? As you can probably
Right.
tell from my name. If there's a brush on the enemy team, I'm out. No, I'm not. I'm not doing
True.
this. I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
I am
True.
not doing that. Because it's for slower weapons, it can just genuinely completely destroy your match.
Yeah,
is
it just
not
it just
fun.
messes
they
it,
know.
messes up.
Because-
right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, because the rats know. They know they want to go for the slow weapons, so they always do.
Yeah. It's so fun to watch, and I think it works for them. It works for us. It's definitely entertaining to watch. But we know what these players are good at. I think I mean, two players from Midnight, like Moonlight. They why did I say that? It works. They're just well-known players. Whether they'll end up crushing the opposition is a different matter because Mahi Mahi is Mahi Mahi.
Yep. Well, Mahi Mahi is Mahi Mahi. It is relatively easy to get locked out on this map, as you said, especially if you have weapons that can ledge camp really well, because there's just a bunch of ledges on this map. So
Yeah,
it's
and
paradise
with
for any AoE.
Yeah, we just also have to deal with the unending S blast presence. You can't get away from it at all. It's just there all the time, regardless of whether you like it or not. So, yeah, I mean, we saw. Was it Omega recently? No, one of these players posted a clip. I think it was one of these players posted a clip on Twitter where they just like told the team to lock the enemy out while they stood on tower, and then they opened up Minecraft.
That's
So
crazy.
fun times. Yeah, fun times. But we go straight in. Pencil Wiper, yes, and S Blast, as we predicted. Pencil again, and a
There's
carbon
no S
roller.
plus this time though, but there's a carbon, as you just said.
Yeah,
That is very fun. I mean, I talked about it a little bit before. It is also one of those weapons where you just have to play the game differently. You have to be ultra careful because well, you just saw it. They just got a pick, and that immediately opens up the entire middle for Shine Bike Like a Tire to just take and paint for their own and make sure that
Ooh.
well now the roller is dead, but it would have been a very good way for them to shark a bit more, and probably, yeah, the Muck is able to take back zone here with the bubble up now, and they are obviously gonna try to paint as much as possible to prevent that roller from getting anywhere into their side.
hammer
my-
time.
Oh,
2 down,
oh,
3 down.
oh,
Okay.
They
2
don't
and a
see the
half.
last guy. They don't see the last guy.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that was
It is
nice.
very interesting how you could see the Muck almost kind of they almost relaxed once the carbon was down. You could see them go, oh, finally we can play the game again, and then they moved it.
well, now
But
you
now they're
can't.
3 down,
Now you
and that's a
can't.
wipeout. That's nuts. That's a wipeout on 4 extremely strong players, and I mean that's wild.
Yeah, and
They
the
just-
carbon is out though.
Wow.
this time. Yeah, that was an insane wipeout, especially from the carbon getting 3 takes, I believe it was. But the bubble comes out here again from Shadow with the mini, which means they are able to get back control of the mid, and the entirety of Shinebike like Ataya is forced back into their spawn. They will need to get back some more specials to force their Carbon in to get more picks onto the side of the mud.
Yeah, I mean, it is very amazing to watch the players just run at a full team of +1s like this. Omega comes out with the hammer again, takes one. Does he get a second? Might get a second. Gets a second. Gets a third. I mean, jumps straight out. You know, a wiper who knows when to back off is probably that's +1 right there. If you play wiper, you're so used to dying in there after you've committed murder.
Oh, well.
But there we go.
But they don't have a lot of time. Wait.
Do they manage? They might. No, they don't.
I know they don't, unfortunately for them. The Azuka coming out trying to force the members of the Muck back. But unfortunately, there wasn't anybody to paint the zone. So
Yeah.
they can keep the... They were able to keep the zone and able to take the first game.
Yeah, I mean I want to talk about that Carbon because it's so encouraging to watch someone play like that. They just go straight in, right? And they get the lives, they get the splats, they cause enough trouble that even a team as experienced as this has to be made to sit back a little while, and they have to think about how they're going to come back in. They're so used to winning. I mean, these players are like paddling pool super regulars, right? Like they just win this for fun. They can, and somehow they find themselves, in third seat and getting run at by a team. They get wiped out. That's admirable to watch. And so, yeah, let's see what that's like. Let's see what game 2 is like. Where do we go for game 2? I wonder.
We go to
Umami.
Splatoon Tsunami again. Again, this is still a best of 3. We have not escaped that yet. Obviously, if you're playing a best of 5, most of the time is going to be more favorable because it's not as stressful as a best of 3. Best of 3s are just inherently stressful because you lose one game and then you immediately like, okay, we can't lose another. So the teams have not escaped that hellhole yet. But the ones that get into the next round definitely do.
Yeah. And now we see these players going to run at each other on Umami again. Umami's another fun Carbon map, You paint enough, and the Carbon is literally everywhere on that map. Very, very fun ledges to shark on the bombs, the burst bombs. It has so much influence on this map, and not to forget Zuka as well. I'm really curious to see how it's going to enjoy this. Ooh, Zinky Mini. Look at that. That's fun.
Yeah, Zibby is fun, and Shadow has been playing it, I think. And I mean, they've been doing well with it. Bubble is just a good special currently. And on the other side, we see the same comp again as well. I mean, both teams have shown that both comps work really well. Oh, unfortunately, 2 on the side of Shinebike like Ataya, their bucket and the Carbon go down immediately, but the Crab is able to hold them back a little bit further until their teammates get back, and now the Viper is down, and this never mind, I talked too quickly as the S-Blast is immediately running in, getting multiple kills. Oh, they get multiple kills.
My goodness.
Oh
They're
my god.
so fast.
And they are incredibly fast. I mean, that's what makes them top level. It is the speed they can work at, how quickly they can see opportunities. And we see the Viper here in the pit, just trying to wait for...
Oh my.
Oh, okay.
Okay, doesn't get anyone, but I think that crab just disappeared. I mean, that's what Vipers are good at doing, right? You put a sword, you put a sword near a crab, and the crab kind of disappears. When I remember 1.0, when people were like, so afraid of crabs. Ooh, very nice double from this. I mean, very, very nice double from the Zuka. Somehow does not manage to get Shadow. I thought that should have killed, but they don't even manage to cap the zone. And the Muck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they don't manage to cap the zone, even though the Muck was 2 down there. And well, it's
they're
not a lot
struggling
of
now.
time left. The Pencil's trying to paint the zone, but I don't think they
No,
can get it, unfortunately.
no, that's
Um,
unfortunate. There was some stellar gameplay actually from these teams. Just but such a solid showing from the Muck standing there, somehow dodging those Trizukas. I was so sure that they would have gone down, but no, apparently, and that allowed them to keep control, continue stalling out the zone, and that's a very, very, very fast 2-0 win in top cut quarters. Actually,
Yeah, it was a very quick win here. I mean, obviously the Muck is uh, comprised of a lot of that Zuka shot was so weird. I mean, you mentioned it before when it happened. That should have killed, but
that
I mean,
should, right?
Zuka has really really weird hitboxes at times, and I guess at that time it just kind of went through Shadow there. I mean, it kind of like spins and stuff, so that's probably what happened here, and the hitbox just barely avoided um, the mini.
Yes, very exciting, extremely fast gameplay. I think there's going to be more of this as we head on to the next games. This was a very fast 2-0 though, so I don't think the bracket is caught up yet. Um, there it, we are now kind of populating semis. So the next game is almost ready. And we are slated to cast Blackout again, which is, well, blacked out, past tense, versus Paul Burger Limo Gang, whoever those are.
Oh,
Why do
those
you
are
choose
Germans.
names like that? I mean,
That's
Devin
Germans.
on. I'm just hyped to watch Devin. Big fan.
um, yeah. Like limo is like the German word for like soda. But like not
Okay.
really soda, I guess. No, yeah, I guess you can translate it to soda.
Like a
So
lemonade.
yeah. It's more like lemonade. Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
So that's where that name comes from. That's a bunch
Paul
of Germans
Burger
over
Limo.
there.
Paul Burger Limo. I'm going to Germany in a couple months. Song. It's a song. Okay.
Oh, it's a song. Oh well.
It's a song as well. Song. Fine.
Well,
There we
I mean,
go. The more I learn. But yes, we go into best of fives from now on, which is good. Just slightly longer. We've seen quite a lot of 2-0s, right? In our casts, but I think it's possibly. Is it time for us to hand over yet, Jiraiya?
um, I mean the teams. Well, the match is ready. I don't know if the teams are ready yet. But theoretically we could. Uh-oh, Doris just left. Um, you wait. Let me ping. Okay. Hello, welcome back. We can. Okay.
Oops, I
Um,
disconnected that.
yeah. I was gonna say, but also I think it's time to say goodbye to you.
Yeah.
It is almost 9 p.m. CET, so my time. Um, which means 2 hours have passed, which means a commentator swap, which is, I mean, that's like half the
Well,
duration.
you're
I am
staying.
staying.
You're
I
staying.
am staying. I'm
I'm.
doing a double shift today. But Dorius will will leave, and we're gonna go on a small break just to do that switch real quick.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Paddling Pool 350. We are back once again. And oh, nice Christmas lights you've got going on, Pat.
Hi, Ryan.
I mean, as you can see, I am now joined by Pat on
Yep.
my left side, actually. Hello, and he will be here for the next and the last two sets, semis
Yeah.
and finals. We are watching Paul Berger Limo Gang versus Blacked Out Like a Phantom in semis here.
Yeah, in semi-finals of this golden paddling pool, the best of the teams have joined. And let's get right in the game, starting on Undertow Spillway, of course for Splat Zones because it's a golden paddling. And yeah, let's go. These two teams. Have you seen this team before? I just arrived.
Yeah, we have seen Blacked Out Like a Phantom in group stage once. We haven't seen Paul Berger Limo Gang. It's so weird switching between languages here. Well, we're gonna see how these two play against each other. We immediately see Blacked Out being able to take the first zone cap, but it seems like no, never mind. Now they might flip the the zone here. Potentially, never mind. As we see the entirety of Blacked Out in the middle here, but there's a splash behind them on the right side.
Yeah, right now, I mean, the fight for mid is still raging, and on this map, it really takes a lot to push the other team away. It looks like Bullburger are able to push in with 2 down onto Blacked Out, and an extra burst bomb to the face. Bullburger are in control of the zones right now. Now, the big question is, can they hold it? And that's where the S-Blast is so important.
Oh, definitely, especially the double Booyah Crab comp that Blacked Out has equipped over here with the Booyah ready from the Stamper as well. Has to jump back though to preserve it. They were really weak, and everyone kind of has to jump back to their backlines, as we can see here. With the Bucket just barely surviving that Booyah Bomb and trying to get behind them. Gets a trade here. The Stamper goes down as well. And it seems like Blacked Out isn't able to get into the zone in time here, and Bullburger is able to push even further with the lead.
Yeah, I guess the Limo is giving an extra pep to that Tacticooler right now. Bullburger Limo Gang are very much able to hold longer. 2 down, 3 down, it's only the Stamper, and that's game number 1.
Yeah, that was a very decisive game here from Paul Berger here. They were able to completely lock out Blacked Out. They could not, even with a Crab and 2 Booyahs ready, they could not get back in the people on Paul Berger. Were just able to just play smarter and distribute themselves a lot better.
Yeah, right there. Very nice opening game by Paul Berger Limo Gang. And I mean, the second they were able to really take that control to set themselves, as you said, the Crab and Booyah Bomb pairing really made sure that nobody from Blacked Out could get back in there. And Blacked Out, they fought hard, but right there, it did not work. That means they lose game number 1. Going into now their pick, which is going to be Barnacle and Dime.
Oh yeah, and we're immediately starting as well. Both teams are ready to play out these matches as it seems. Let's see what Blacked Out has in store this time. They haven't switched off, actually. They're playing the same comp.
Yeah.
They have realized, okay, maybe we just need to play a different strategy instead of different weapons here. And we'll see how they do. They immediately get the S-Blast down, which is huge. And the Bucket as well. That gives them an insane opportunity to push in very far. Very early. Oh!
It's their turn to get the opening, it's their turn to get the control. And I mean, the Stamper on this map will be more effective, so I think it's a good idea that they kept their comp. Right now, it's their turn to use the Booyah Bomb, and I mean, they're doing whatever they can, getting a huge splat on the pencil. Paul Berger not able to go back in right there. The Booyah Bomb is only there to keep the fight for that S-Blast, but just running away. Blacked Out, keeping control and already past the 50 points.
Yeah, and it's only the Stamper left here trying to maybe hold a little bit control. And as the S-Bus clears the people that the Stamper couldn't, unfortunately goes down now as well with the other S-Blast on the side of Powerberger trying to get in. They get the Stamper down here out of the jump, and the Splash is forced into the right side, which isn't very favorable positioning for them, and they get picked here as Powerberger manages to take, very front, maybe even take this the snipe here with the bucket. Oh, S-Bus dropped into the right pit. Oh wow.
Yeah,
And they have to jump out.
they do right now. Powerberger, we know how dangerous they can be once they are in control right now. The strikes are going to force everybody to stop, and Booyah is still going to be able to help for Blacked Out. Blacked Out able to be on that zone and to reply penalty. They keep the lead for now.
Yeah, they do, and they are able to keep the zone for maybe a little bit longer, but the Crab definitely has to say something about it as the S-Bus is trying to maybe find an opening on the right side, while the remaining team of Blacked Out is trying to hold the mid zone and trying to get onto the stack here that is currently being occupied by the Bucket, who's currently using strikes as well, and the Pencil. There's a lot of fighting currently happening, but Powerberger is able to hold the zone here. The Crab fight from both sides. I always love crab fights. Very funny.
Yeah, they're always intense and they do a lot right now, though. It's a wipeout by the Splash itself. No need for a crab. Powerberger, they don't have much penalty right now, and given the time it takes to retake, they're going to get the lead, right?
Yeah, they will, unless something magical happens, but I don't think it will. The Crab comes out here from the Stamper, trying to maybe, get a little bit more map control for their teammates, and they get the zone flip. Very good for them. That gives them a lot more time to come back. The Splash trades the S-Blast here as well, but the entirety of Powerberger, except for their S-Blast, is already on their stack here as Blacked Out is being forced out once again.
Yeah, right now, Powerberger very much in control of that zone, painting around, but the Booyah Bomb is coming once again. We've seen so many Booyah Bomb pace that game, and here comes another Crab Tank to complement it, but I mean, here we see the power of a Pencil still on the zone, still painting, no more penalty, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 down though if they can get back in, but I don't think it's enough time, unfortunately. Just enough time for Powerberger to get that knockout and get the 2-0 going for this set.
And right, this time we saw really Blacked Out show us what they're made of. We saw them push, we saw them able to really take control to get points. But after Powerberger figured out how Blacked Out plays on the map, after 2 minutes, it was Powerberger getting more and more points, more and more control. And then they get the KO.
Oh, definitely. Blacked Out definitely saw what they did wrong last match and strove to do it better this time, and they definitely did. They put up a really good fight here against Powerberger, and were able to keep the lead for quite a while there. Unfortunately, towards the end, they did lose it and couldn't get back in. But if they can run it back, if they can take what they did last match and improve it further, they might just take this game. But also, the S-Bus and the Bucket especially are gonna have a lot of fun on this map. I can already tell.
Yeah, this is the map for ledges, so watch the Bucket and of course the S-Blast that are still so dangerous right here. But let's get right into the first fight right now. Blacked Out on the zone, already wanting to push and take control, but they get punished. And now it's going to be Powerberger painting around, and here comes the Slusher. The Slusher is stopped, which means Blacked Out keep control of the zone.
Yeah, and well, Oh no, the Booyah cancel unfortunately takes out the stamp on the side of Blacked Out, and the strikes push them even further into this corner to go down to the bucket as well. It is only the S-Plus left, and they will have to jump out here as the Stamper is trying to get a pick, and they do trade the S-Plus. I don't know if that was worth it though, as Blacked Out will need to take even longer to get back and recover from this almost wiped out.
I mean, this is Polberger. Once they have taken
Oh
control, they are so powerful. What a move by the pencil. And now the remaining players from Blacked Out are surrounded and forced to jump out to survive. 30 ticks left, and it looks like Polberger are in full control.
Yeah, we do see the S-Blast going down here, but the pencil can clean up a little bit, goes down now as well, but it's not enough to flip the zone. The strikes aren't enough, and they can't get to the zone quickly enough as they were focusing too much on the splash on the right side, and that was a very quick and very except for the second match was relatively close, but apart from that, it was relatively decisive. I mean, Powerberger just showed that yes, they are indeed the better team in this circumstance.
Yeah, right. The second game was the map that was picked by Blacked Out. And we saw Polberger very much on their map picks. They didn't let anything go by. They really knew what to do everywhere. And I guess they like to use these ledges. And as you said, having a slosher on here, always an extra perk.
Oh, definitely. It is the slosher map. Every slosher I know likes this map because it is just a lot of... It's really good for weapons that can, you know, curve their shots, right? X-Floshers, other buckets, Dynamos are really good on this map as well, and other rollers. They can just hit around these obstacles and around the curvature of the map very well. So they have a big advantage, and the Slosher definitely shows that on this map.
Yeah, for sure. We have seen a lot, but we're going to see more of Polberger Limogang in the finals because they just qualified. Let me look at the brackets. They don't have an opponent yet. Papa Noel is up 2-0 against the Muck. And we'll see if they're able to get that or if the Muck comes back right after the break.
Finally kiss goodnight. How I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
with that, the stream comes to a close. Congratulations to our winners once again, and every player that has shown their strength on the battlefield. That is the end of the stream. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you next time. Bye bye. Yeah, that was so fun. Okay, I'll see you guys next time then. Bye. Dude, I gotta play a tournament.
At Raise for Raíces, we're taking your usual tournament and flipping the script. This time, your favorite TOs, casters, and community contributors are picking up the controller and competing in a draft tournament for charity. These are the people who help run our scene, but can they actually play the game? Of the over 140 participants from over 30 organizations, only 4 can come out on top. We're raising money for Raíces Texas, a nonprofit that provides accessible legal services to immigrants and asylum seekers. By donating to their cause, you're giving direct aid to those who need it most. So here's how the draft works. Each team starts off with a captain, and let's say that's me, for example. Every player is assigned a skill level between 1 and 4, including the captains. So for my team, I'd like you, definitely need you, and let's go with you for my 4th. By the end of the draft, each team will be comprised of 1 player from each skill level. Want to know who teams up with who? Find out with us live. We'll be streaming the whole thing. The competitive Splatoon community is coming together to support a great cause, and you won't want to miss it. To keep up with the action, follow us on our socials, and join our Discord for more information on how you can donate to Raíces.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!
And welcome back! It is now time for the grand finals of this paddling pool, and in normal paddling pool fashion, to celebrate the golden Christmassy paddling pool, we get a top level German team versus a top level French team. It's going to be Polberger, Limogang versus Papa Noel. That's the German meme versus the French Santa. So, right, let's get ready for the game.
Yeah, I am so ready. We are immediately starting off with Robo Roman on Splat Zones for the first game of this I mean, I guess it's grand finals. It's just called finals this time, as it's single elim.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's also a third place match going on between Blacked Out Like a Phantom and the Muck, the two teams that were sadly beaten in semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean, have to fight for that third place, but let's get in the game. We will be starting with Robo-Roman, very much one of these classic maps where all kind of weapons can work, right? So we'll see all what these teams are made of, what they want to play, what we can expect on each side. I mean, we've seen a bit of Paul Berger already. We know what they can do. On the side of Papa Noel, well, I guess they'll be quite aggro. I mean, they have Faulty after all.
Yeah, we haven't seen them the entire tournament, by the way. This is the first time we will see them on on stream. And as you said, we do have the Carbon again
Yep.
with Volty, but they do have 3 support players though. So they have a Pen, a Splash, and a Pro. I do. Oh, and they're immediately down.
Ooh.
Well, it's a 2. Well, but the Carbon gets out 2 out of Powerberger, but it is not enough. The Pro is the last one. They get a pick though onto the S-Blast, get picked out. There's what is happening? There's so many picks flying out right out of the bat, and Volty gets another one here in mid, trying to force their way in.
Yeah, and right now the fight is raging on. Papa Noel fighting to get back control of the zone, but they're not really able to yet. They have to. Okay, they're able to take control.
What?
It took so much, and they lost a lot of people in that action as well, right?
Can we talk about the pencil that ran into the enemy's side? That was funky. Unfortunately, they did go down. That was really funny though for some reason. But we do see 2 of Powerberger going down now, which gives Papa Noel a lot of space to work with here as the leader is being forced out and has to dodge a Zuka at the same time.
Yeah, and right now Paul Berger keeping control of the zone. No penalty was applied, or very little. I mean, right now they're still scoring. They're past the 40 points, getting into the 30s. And Papa Noel are still fighting in. I mean, they're able to finally get control of the zone, and this time they don't lose of the players doing so, which means now we get to see them with a lot of paint around. This is where they are at their most dangerous, because this is where the Carbon is the most powerful. And look at that, everybody is falling down on the side of Bolberger.
Yeah, they cannot move in with the pencil watching them from very far back, but as I say that, 2 of Papa Noel do go down, the strikes come out, and that means Powerberger is going to be trying to push back in and at least get the zone cap. As I mean, they still have the lead. The bucket has to drop into the the zap goes down. There's so many picks flying, and I think Papa Noel. Oh my god! I think I just my Discord just crashed.
Okay, well, you're back, and Papa Noel is still very much in control. Yeti with a huge crab tank hanging to the side, only a few ticks left. Bolberger needs to find a way back in. Beautiful trade to seal the deal. Papa Noel gets game number 1, right?
That was such a back and forth game at the start. It really looked like Powerberger was is able to just completely dominate the match. They got all the way down to 31 right off the bat and were able to defend it relatively well. But the moment they got locked out, they just kind of they couldn't get back in with the Carmen and the Pro and the Pen, especially watching them all the time. Oh, look at Volty go.
It's about taking pace. And at the start of the game, you said that Papa Noel had 3 supports. It really felt like they had 4 frontliners. They were constantly going in. Even the pencil was simply moving forward all the time, trying to get into more fights. We see a trade from the pencil right there, who was a frontline at that point. Like, very much Papa Noel not stopping the aggro. They get game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. Even the supports, the backlines of that team, just they were super aggressive. I mean, that one time where I also mentioned the pencil and the zap completely running into the enemy spawn. I think the pencil was trying to tap shot someone. It was very funny to watch. It didn't work out that time, but we did see later on it worked out really well with them taking so much space off of Paulberger, and were able to ultimately take down that team and get the first win. And I think we're moving. What map are we moving? Sturgeon! We're moving into Sturgeon. Sturgeon
We are.
Shipyard. It's the
Yep.
next map.
It is indeed the next map. It was picked by Polberger Limo gang. So it's their opportunity to get back. I mean, this is a good map for Slosher, but they need to stop the carbon before the carbon gets on the ledge, gets the way in.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
And we do see a Neo
machine.
Machine, that's the name.
Yeah.
Out of Powerberger, trying to just completely just mark the carbon all the time, as we already have seen happen in the first couple of seconds. But we do see the carbon immediately in there, and probably trying to look for the pen. And they get the pen as well. They're all the way in, and Powerberger will need to genuinely put in work now to get back in there so far back.
Papa Noel, they don't care that they're marked. They still run forward. Okay, they're gonna pay the price. That's a wipeout, and Polberger is going to take control over the zone. That's 50 points scored by Papa Noel. Now it's on Polberger to get their points.
Oh, and Volty has been immediately spotted, but they get the pick instead, although they were already weak, and now they're just, of course, going to shark out the pen here, and they get the pick. They're just running in, they're just going, they're just trying to get as many picks as they can before they go down. And I mean, you know, they're doing a very good job at it. They've gotten the zone back as well, but they're also 2 down now again, and I think that might be time for Paulberger to get back the zone, and they do!
Whenever you watch Volty play, it feels like they're simply running at the next person to splat them. If you do that in solo queue, it's not gonna work well for you. Only Volty can do it, it's incredible. And right now, Polberger are able to get rid of their penalty, and now they're about to score points. I guess that's going to be the lead, but the Crab Tank are going to get their duel right there, and Papa Noel is going to win that duel. The lead was swapped, but Papa Noel is back in control of the zone.
Yeah, that will not phase them. They will just try to get back the lead themselves again. And I mean, they're relatively close with the Zuka coming out, trying to get the 2 on the left side here. One does go down. Volty gets the next one. Oh, the pen, I think, sniped the crab just in time before they can take out Volty. That was actually genuinely a huge pick, and the lead switches back to Papa Noel.
Yeah, and Papa Noel is keeping their control this time. Polberger needing to drop, activating that Crab Tank. The Crab Tank needs to paint with the Booyah Bomb. Everything is thrown at the zone. Will it be enough? They are on the zone and they're able to stay in there.
Oh, it was just enough, but as we can see, Volty gets another 2 before going down, which immediately makes Powerberger vulnerable once again here. But I mean, they do take the mid fight, they win the mid fight here, and they can keep the zone for a little bit longer. The missiles are flying now as well, and they will definitely need to paint a lot, especially with the crab out now as well.
Yeah, another crab and 2 down onto Polberger. It's going to be Papa Noel taking back the zone. Now, a minute and a half left in this game, and Papa Noel can simply play the clock, right?
Oh, they definitely can, and they will want to make sure that Powerberger cannot get back in. They have a massive penalty, but, well, they're not that far off either. They are only 13 points away. Aside from their penalty, so it could be relatively easy for them to lock them out as Volty goes down here, and Powerberger is trying to get one last chance in here, and they will probably try to paint the zone as quickly as they can. They have to, quite literally. paint the
Yeah.
zone here. They don't have a lot of time, and they get the zone flip here as well, and everybody out of Papa Noel's
Yeah.
team goes down as well. And well, that is exactly what Papa Noel didn't want here. Is they are now all the way back in their spawn and need to get back in the last 40 seconds.
Yeah, Papa Noel now preparing their pushback with 30 seconds left and not that much penalty. They need to go in. This is the last push of the game, but they lose 3 players! It's only the Splash Yeti left to fight. That's going to be rough. The Crab Tank is deployed, but the Crab Tank is alone and isolated. That's the lead, and that's the game for Paul Burger.
The one thing that Papa Noel didn't want to happen here in the last minute of the match absolutely happened and came to bite them as Paul Berger was able to take the game with a knockout as
Yeah.
well. Although they were dominated throughout the entire match, it was really just the end where Papa Noel made a relatively large mistake of being a little bit too aggressive in the front.
I mean, it's how they play, it's how they've been organizing themselves, and it's been working for them, except when you go that aggro, it's always going to be risky, and it's about managing that risk. It worked for them for most of that game, but at the end of the game, they were not able to get the push back because, hey, when you take too many risks, at some point you're going to fail. And that's Paul Burger, a bit more solid, who are going to take game number 2. We are now 1-1, right?
Yeah, I mean, both teams have shown, and both teams have won on their respective picks here, by the way, I want to mention that. So
Yeah.
it definitely seems to come down to who's picking the map right now. Because, I mean, you know, every team has their map modes where they thrive on and where they are not that good on, and it seems that prediction has come true here. We are going to move on to Splat Zones on Umami Ruins this time. It is back to Papa Noel's pick. If we continue to see that trend, we'll see very soon.
Yeah, I mean, Papa Noel have chosen this. This is a very flat map, which means if they have the paint around, they'll be able to shark their way forward. I expect Paul Burger to bring back a point sensors if they want to stop Papa Noel from simply running in.
Oh, definitely, and especially with the top mid, Carbons have a fun time with top
Oh
mid.
yeah.
And so do the pencils. So both teams definitely have the options to control that middle of the map. It is the most important part to have when you're defending the zones, because you can look at both sides of the zone at the same time. As it is a split zone map, you will need to control both of them. And the backline obviously wants to do that. So the pencils will want to move onto that space as quickly as possible.
Yep, we're gonna keep the comps right there, and let's get in the game as Papa Noel is trying to get their game. And remember, they picked the map, and now they're going in. Both teams painting their side of the map, and ooh, the splats are coming!
That's a triple. That's a triple from the Garb.
Yep.
Oh my god! Look at the pencil.
Yeah!
What is the pencil?
No fear at all. And they're giving the space to the Crab Tank then, and that Crab Tank is forcing a lot of firepower, letting the rest of Papa Noel getting there. But Paul Burger reacted pretty well, and now it's their turn to grab, it's their turn to push in. They're gonna get one of the zone, and they're eyeing the second.
Yeah, the pencil goes down here as well, with Paul Berger not getting
Ooh.
the zone cap, actually, instead going 2 down.
Oh,
and, getting the entirety of Paulberger just got completely run down by this one smash with their crab. And the crab is also ready, and they're seated on Dome, and they're going to use it once Paulberger is trying to move back in, which is now, and the crab on Paulberger's side has been... Oh, that's such unfortunate timing with the missiles as well.
That is just Papa Noel completely shutting down the specials from Polberger. And Polberger right there just lost their, their Zuka. That's going to be rough to push in. They don't have much time. They need both of the zones if they want to stop the game. But that's a quick KO by Papa Noel.
They completely shut down every every try that Paul Berger had in moving in. They completely just went, no, you're not doing that. We're keeping the zone, and we're able to do that from for a quick knockout, as you just said. Going into a fourth match, and also into match.
Right. Have you seen the next map?
That's on Undertow. Oh.
It was picked by Pearlberger Limo Gang, but this is the carbon map. This is the carbon. It's a good map if you have a slusher. It's a better map if you have a carbon.
I think they didn't account for the fact that they might fight a carbon.
Yeah.
So that is very, very. I mean, if they picked it, they know how to play it, right? And
oh yeah. I mean, if you're in finals of a golden paddling pool, you know how to play every map, right?
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. You're right on that. That is true. These teams do know pretty much any map. In this game. I mean, they wouldn't be considered pretty much top level if they didn't. They are some of the best players that we have in the European scene right now. So we are seeing top level gameplay right now, and we will continue to see it for the next 1 to 2 matches, depending on who wins here. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's right there. The next two maps are maps that are both good for Carbon and for Slusher. So we're going to see which of these is able to optimize the map better, and who is able to really get the best of it. Right now, it's 2-1 for Papa Noel, so they only need to win one more game, and they are fired up after that quick KO that they just got. All the pressure is on Paul Berger, Limo Gang, but I mean, they're very good players as well. Don't underestimate them. They always can come back. And yeah, they bring back that machine. I feel like, especially on this map, having point sensor is going to help them a lot.
Definitely, especially because this map has such tight spaces in the middle. It is very easy to control where that carbon goes if they do it right. But, well, they immediately go one down, but the splash goes down as well. The zone flips to Papa Noel first and gives them a little bit more control, especially that carbon that is trying to find something on the right side, maybe try to infiltrate the other side if they can. And they're attempting to. We see them attempting, but they get Zuka!
Yeah, Zuka to the face, 2 down by Polberger. The Limo Gang is in control of both of the zones right now, and they're now waiting for a way in. Papa Noel is coming back forward. Very nice splat. Wait, that's respawn Punisher on that pencil. That's not something you see that often.
Wait, on the Paulberger one? Okay, because if it was on the Papa Noel pencil, that would have been a little bit weird.
I think it's Papa Noel. Yep.
Oh, it is! The super hyper-aggressive pencil is playing Respawn Punisher. That is super risky. I do want to mention that, but I do respect it, and I mean, I think they know what they're doing. And we do see the zone potentially flipping back to Papa Noel any second now, and it does here. Gets rid of their penalty, and they can finally start to make some progress in their bar up top.
Yeah, and here's another crab tank. Papa Noel loves these aggro crab tank, and Yeti is the best at it right there. They're still scoring points, and they're keeping their control. No way in for Polberger.
Yeah, we see another Zuka come out trying to pick ulti, and it does, and it picks another one! How did that hit? That hit, and well, it's a good pick, and it might allow Paulberger to get back in here, but they need to
Or
move
not.
quickly because Papa Noel moves quicker here. They're so
Uh-huh.
afraid of that pro over there. They go 2 down in the process, and now they're finally in mid. Can they paint the zone though? There's a Carm now on the right side, which is not very good for them
Yeah.
personally. And they go 2 down.
Oh, they're 2 down! And they didn't get both zones! You need both zones to apply penalty right now! Papa Noel still in control, still scoring points. And Paulberger, they don't have much time, only a few ticks left. Multi gets an extra kill. Oh,
And they zone flipped again, and that's it. That is it. And I mean, as we predicted, the Carbon was just able to.
Yeah.
I think I felt like Paulberger was a little bit scared sometimes. They were so focused on that pro behind them at one point instead of focusing on the zone. I think that is that's just upsetting for them. But I mean, the game goes to Papa Noel, and that also means the set and the entire tournament goes to Papa Noel. Congratulations for winning Christmas Golden Paddling Pool 350. Congrats to both teams, obviously. Well played.
It's really Papa Noel showing us how good they are as players, because each of them was able to paint, was able to fight, was able to get attention, was able to manage the objective at all time. And there was constantly, whatever Paulberger would do, even when they were at a numbers advantage, there was someone behind them, be it a pro or a pencil, to force them to look away, to not move forward. Constantly, Papa Noel was able to get control of the pace because of these incredible individual plays that were always perfectly timed for the rest of the team.
Yeah, it was a lot of what you would usually call solo queue plays that worked, but these are top level players. They know what they're doing, and well, no matter who did the distraction, the other three saw the distraction happening and were able to move in with that distraction in mind, and it just gave them a lot of space, and Paulberger was just not able to move in with that.
Yeah, that's the game, and that means this is the end of this Golden Paddling Pool. Congratulations to Papa Noel, our Paddling Pool champions, our final Paddling Pool champions of 2025 for the first time since before I've been a caster for Paddling Pool. Paddling Pool is taking a 2-week break. So yeah, that's going to be it for us for the year. We have Triton Cup on Friday. We'll have, of course, racing for races on Saturday. Not on this channel, but come watch us, of course. And before we go, Ray, do you want to plug something?
Well, you know, as always, my ads are the same on every platform that I use, Twitter, Blue Sky, or on Discord. It is always Rangebuster, as you can see on the screen with a double I. Where can we find you, Pat?
Well, best way to find me is my Blue Sky. It's written right there. And before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to our awesome Paddling Pool observer, of course, it's Ryan. See you later. Bye-bye and Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
It's coming to a close. I guess I should know that I'm never gonna see you again in a place that sells vintage clothes. I guess you should know